Hi, Conan at Project Music here, and today I'm joined by Ben Milverton.
Hello.
And we are going to talk about Gretsch Guitars again. A couple of different models for you this time round. We've kind of aimed for, I guess, inspired by the sort of late 50s sort of models. So we have the George Harrison signature model here, and we've also got the Vintage Select 58 Penguin as well. So the George Harrison is based on sort of a 57, his 57, I should say, that he bought. I think he bought it in like this early 60s or something like that. And obviously this is the modern take on it. So we thought we'd have a bit of a comparison between the two, and obviously looks-wise, they are fairly different with their aesthetic side of things, but they're based on the same body style. They obviously both have a Bigsby on them. However, the actual bridges are a little bit different. You've got the space control bridge on the Penguin, and then you've got the bar bridge on the George Harrison. And then, of course, pickups are quite different. So you've got Filtertron Classics, TV Jones Classics on the Penguin, and then you've got the Dynasonics on the George Harrison. So tonally they will be fairly different as well, even though they're based on the same style of guitar. So we're going to get them into Ben's hands shortly, and he's going to try them out against each other. Same sort of tones. We will keep the settings the same across both guitars, and we will see what those tonal differences are. We'll see how much difference the two different styles of bridge give it. Any sort of thoughts on what you are expecting to hear difference-wise across the two?
Even from having them unplugged and just playing together, they do sound quite different.
Yeah.
That sounds mellower than this.
I thought the same.
Yeah, I'm expecting the pickups to make a huge difference, of course.
Yeah.
But they'll probably have the same Gretsch character of that hollow mid-rangey thing and the sparkle on top, which we mention in every single Gretsch.
Every single Gretsch video. I think we have concluded that it's definitely a build thing. I think it's a Gretsch thing, regardless of the pickups and the rest of the hardware. It seems to be that is just a Gretsch thing, which is, I guess, it's that sound. You've got your Fender sound, you've got your Gibson sound. There is a Gretsch sound, and I think it's obviously, I think the chamber bodies ones especially seem to have a particular thing about it. Lovely stuff. Well, we will get these into Ben's hands. We'll do some clean, a bit of drive. He'll jam over some sort of backing something or other. We'll see what we think. We'll see which one we prefer. Obviously, if you want to put your thoughts into the comments section, just sort of let us know which ones you think. And I think we will probably reconvene after Ben's had a play and see what our ears have told us at the end of this. So we will see how we get on.
In a bit.
So there we have some tones from Ben on both guitars. So we kept the settings the same across both, and Ben just sort of plays similar styles on each one. If you can remember. And I think straight away we both commented on the fact that obviously this one is quite a lot louder, so the output on the pickups is quite a bit more, which is expected. You know, they normally are the TB Jones classics over the Dynasonics. What else did you find when you were playing them? Because obviously that was me listening out the front. When you were playing them, were there big differences? I know the neck sizes are pretty much the same, but generally feel-wise, were they pretty?
I think in terms of ease of playability, I don't know if it's the bridge thing. This does feel a little bit easier to play, maybe a bit slinkier with Ben's, but I have no complaints about either of them. No, so really, I was able to play properly on both of them. I don't know if maybe because I played this after that, maybe I was warmed up a bit more.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, feel-wise, pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same. Then obviously the other big difference that you would have seen on a couple of the bits was you basically have this kind of the mid switch, the voicing switch here, that I think you flick through a couple of different times. Hopefully you can hear it in the recording, the kind of differences.
I was saying from earlier that it almost sounds like you change the size of the speaker a little bit, so like all the way down it's like a smaller amp, almost like more brown facey, tweedy, small tweed like a Champ or something, turning the Blues Junior into that
sort of thing, which is a super cool thing to have, you know, at your fingertips. It's something that I think a lot of people probably wouldn't end up using a huge amount, but I guess if you're in the studio, things like that, it could be quite handy because someone just points to you and goes, I want it to sound a little bit different, or I need a bit more of maybe more of a mid cut or a mid kind of push.
It's like a more Gretsch or less Gretsch switch, because in the middle obviously it sounds the most Gretschy, and then down it almost sounds a bit more Gibson-y maybe, and then up it's sort of like even less top end, so it is perfect for a studio.
Perfect for a studio situation. So that, I think across the board, those are kind of the main differences that we found in the room. Hopefully those subtle differences come across in the recording. Of course, the bridges, things like that will affect tone, but I think the obvious thing is the pickups and the switching.
The mid-range character is completely different. I say mid-range all the time, but that's where I hear the most difference between all guitars basically. Because like the Dynasonic pickups have they're way scoopier. It's, I don't know, that has more honk to it.
Yeah.
The guitar overall on this is more airy and scoopy and
airy and scoopy and all of those buzzwords that we use to describe guitar tone that everyone will understand. So, you know, have a good listen back and see if you can hear those differences, and pop in the comments which one you thought was your preference, or if there was things about something that you didn't like. What did you think of this switch? Could you hear those differences? Is that something that you think you would use either in studio, live, whatever it might be? Obviously let us know in the comments, and we'll hopefully be back with some more Gretsch videos. Remember to subscribe because it helps us out. I think we're, at the time of filming, we're pretty close to 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty cool. It's good fun doing these videos. Me and Ben enjoy doing them because we like guitars a lot. Pop in the comments, subscribe, and we will hopefully see you in the next video.
See you guys.